morning. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Corinne. I'm 35 and I am currently going through treatment for breast cancer. I'm just sitting in my car because I'm a little bit early. I'm having a gated heart monitor test this morning. I don't know a lot about it, but basically if you've seen any of my other videos, I am currently doing chemotherapy and immunotherapy, but I had an allergic reaction to one of the chemo drugs. So right now what we're trying to do is work out what is my best alternative. What's my next step, next path? So we're doing this heart test. I believe it monitors or checks how well your heart's pumping blood, because I think there's a chance they're going to put me onto the AC chemo, also commonly on the internet referred to as the red devil, and that can affect your heart. So they do like a baseline to check that A, your heart is up for that drug, that it's all good, and then B, so that they can monitor it and check how it goes. So that's what I believe is happening. So that's why I'm sitting in the car, but I just thought I would check in. I haven't filmed much over the last week. Things have just been crazy within my family. I don't want to go too much into it because it's not my medical or story to share, but basically I think I mentioned at the end of one of my last Chemo Diaries video that my sister was in hospital, and yeah, she ended up in the ICU. She ended up being transferred up to one of the city hospitals where she is right now, and it's just been so much going on, very overwhelming. So yeah, I haven't been filming much, but also I didn't have any chemo drugs this week. So I've been feeling pretty good, you know, fatigue, a little bit of overwhelm. I think it's a combo of the chemo, everything happening. And also I've been on steroids, and yeah, my biggest thing this week has probably been overwhelm, just feeling all the emotions, all the overwhelm. But yeah, I just thought I would start filming this next little video, and I'll check in with you and let you know how this gated heart test goes. Okay, test done. That was really, really easy. It took a while, but it wasn't particularly difficult. They just gave me an injection of something, and then I had to sit there for half an hour, and then they inject the second injection, and apparently the two bind together so that you can see what they're looking at in the heart. And then I lay down in a machine, kind of like an MRI machine or something like that, and you just lay there, and then there's like little boards that go around, and so she just set those to like 3 different positions, and I laid there for, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe each one of those, and then I'm done. So that's another experience ticked off the list. I just, yeah, collecting medical experiences at the moment. Thought I would just give you a little bit of a hair update while I'm getting ready for the day. I just moisturised, and now I'm doing my non-negotiable sunscreen. So this is how the hair is looking when I've just gotten out of the shower. You can really see how it's thinned out. I'm not losing as much. Probably today and yesterday I think it's really slowed down. Probably just because I'm not on the really hard drug. But yeah, it's still coming out. Yeah, there's probably new bits growing, and then there's still bits falling out, and then there's bits where it's a bit thicker and bits where it's less, and it's just this fuzzy little mess. I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I might need to give it a bit more of a shave down. This was a number 4. We'll see what happens with the bits that are regrowing, and maybe, yeah, it's hard to say. Not knowing what my treatment plan is going to be moving forward, it's hard to say whether more of it's going to fall out, or if this is kind of what it's just going to be patchy, how quickly bits of it grow back. I think I'm just going to have to wait and see, and then make a decision I will definitely need to shave it again, because it's going to be very different bits and pieces, but as to how short and when and what it looks like, I'm not quite sure yet. But this is a little hair update. This is why I like to wear my little hair turbans and things out of the house, because it's just a bit of a patchy mess at the moment. So I just popped into the supermarket. It's the first time I've been in by myself. It might actually be the first time I've been to the supermarket since I shaved my head, actually. Definitely the first time I've been in by myself. Anyway, I had to grab like 6 things, so I just popped in and it was fine, but I just pumped up to film because as I was putting my things through the checkout, I just started to get so hot, like having a little hot flash. which seems to be the worst symptom I have at the moment. Obviously, I don't have a lot of them because I haven't had any treatment this week, but I did go in earlier this week to just have the Zoladex shot, which is just like a hormone shot that is kind of putting my ovaries to sleep, is the way it's kind of been described to me while I'm going through this treatment. And one of the things is that, yeah, I run very warm and I have hot flushes. I'm effectively being put into menopause. So anyway, when I kind of like exert a bit of energy, I find it can kind of like bring it on. So anyway, it was a successful shopping mission, but yeah, a little bit warm. I am out and about. I have the doggos here and we're just doing a little walk, which is quite nice. Just while I feel well enough and up to it, I have been trying to go for a dog walk on the days that I can. For me, lately, that has meant like maybe once a week. So not that regularly. I have been doing other little like walks around town and things like that with mum and stuff like that. So trying to stay like a little bit active, but today I'm feeling pretty good. So I thought I'd just make the most of it. I've obviously got my headphones on. I'm listening to the audio book Broken Brains by Jamila Rivsey and Rosie Waterland, which has been really, really interesting. I'm quite enjoying listening to that as an audiobook. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love listening to non-fiction audiobooks, and particularly non-fiction audiobooks where the author themselves is telling the story. It's kind of like listening to a podcast in that it's them telling their own story in their own voice, and I really enjoy that. Sounds cliche, but I am feeling grateful to be out and about, to be outside, to have the energy, to be up to coming out and doing a dog walk. My dad is absolutely amazing at looking after the dogs, so Mason still gets a walk every day, whether I'm up to it or not, because my dad takes them out. But yeah, it just feels good to feel well enough to be able to do something that I just so took for granted, because nobody ever expects to, you know, just suddenly wake up one day and the simple little dog walk that you just do all the time takes too much energy. And that's, you know, when I'm in the midst of doing all the chemo treatment, a dog walk can just be too much. So it's just nice to be out and about. I am just doing this totally random job. And I thought, why not show you what I'm up to? So basically, I'm just trying to organize all of the bits and pieces, all the paper that goes along with having cancer and doing all this treatment. I think I've shown this one before. This is the folder that the hospital gives me that just has like all my treatment details, information, scripts, that kind of thing. I then went and bought my own folder because this was getting overfilled. I just kept adding all the things I got handed into here, and this has to kind of go with me everywhere because it has all the details that I need in the case of an emergency. So this was just getting overfilled. So I decided to get the second folder to put things that don't need to be with me, so little bits and pieces. So I have like some information about cancer and finances. I have some resources that the social worker from the hospital gave me around mental health and the emotional impact of having cancer. So some information there, information about different medications that I've been taking. So these were the steroids that I was given when I went to emergency. So information about that. I have some like receipts from payments. So in Australia, we are really lucky. Our Medicare system is amazing. Our public health system is awesome. Obviously it has its faults, but for the most part, it's great. But so most of
my treatment is covered by Medicare, so I don't pay anything out of pocket for like the chemo, the cancer stuff. But the radiology, so like any tests that I get done in terms of like MRIs, the biopsy, things like that, ultrasounds, that kind of stuff tends to have an out-of-pocket fee, so a gap. So Medicare pays bits of it, but there's still costs associated with that. So for example, I've got one here somewhere. So I think this was when I went and had, I had the little markers, the little clips placed so that they could find the tumor. So I had a clip placed in the lump in my breast and one in my lymph node. And then they also did a biopsy of the lymph node. So that appointment or that treatment, that was around $700, I believe. And so I think my out of pocket was 200 something, and then Medicare covers like 500 something. So there are some out of pocket costs still involved in the medical treatment. And then of course there are other costs, driving to the hospital and not being on work and things like that. If you have any questions about like the financial side, let me know. I am planning to do a little bit of a Q&A to answer some questions from here and from Instagram. So yeah, but yes, so I'm just kind of organizing all of this into my pink folder, just so it's all somewhere really central and I can get to it easily, but so that the hospital folder is not just chocker block full of paper. So that's the fun little job that I'm doing this morning. As you can see, I'm at my house. I have just popped in here to pick up a little TEMU package that got delivered yesterday. And I thought I would share with you because I bought a few little things, some more little turbans, and I have tried my luck buying a TEMU wig. So let's open this up together and see. Obviously it was very cheap. It's TEMU. Yes, I understand the environmental and all of the ethical issues with TEMU. I know, I get it. Don't come for me. It is what it is. But let's see whether this wig will ever get worn. So I have already bought another wig from like an actual wig company online. Again, it was still a really cheap one. It was only like $100, but it's pink, like baby bubblegum pink. So it's not practical to wear everywhere. So I just grabbed a brown one, look a little bit more natural, a little bit more like my actual hair. Okay, first impressions before I put it on is that she is cute. It's got like a little wave to it. The hairline looks pretty good. Obviously being a cheaper wig, she's not like a lace front or anything. Everything I know about wigs I've learned from TikTok, just to be clear. I didn't know anything about wigs before this. So yeah, that's what we're looking like inside. But because I knew she wasn't like a good lace front, I did get one with just like a little bit of like a fringe to it. So hopefully that'll cover. But let me pop this on and I will show you. What do we think? Still trying to learn like where the right place is for it to sit, that it's not like too far forward or too far back. It's a little bit bouncy, like around my face. There's a lot of volume, but I mean, the color that just looks like my hair. That color is like spot on. It's probably just a little bit of like styling with it, maybe watering it down to kind of take a little bit of the bounce out of it. For a super cheap, like $20 wig or whatever it was, I think it was like 20 bucks. It's quite cute to just like throw on. All right, let me show you the other little things I got. So I got a 3-pack of little hair turbans. I love the ones I've already got, but so I've been wearing this pink one that I had on today, and I've been wearing the leopard print one, but I got a blue one with flowers all over it. I haven't been wearing that because the pattern's so busy. It just doesn't go with any of my clothes. So these 3 I bought just because they are completely plain colors. So super simple, little black one, really nice, like maroon. Love the color of that one. A nice little blush pink. So they came as a 3-pack and they were like $5 for 3. So again, I know the issues with TEMU, but okay, this one I'm hoping fits on my head because I'm really excited about it. I'm just not much of a beanie person, but obviously it's winter here in Australia. So I got this. You know I love my animal print. Oh, it has like a little string in it so you can make it smaller. I won't have that problem. My head is huge. Oh yeah, I think, oh, maybe it's gonna be too small. Let me try it without the wig. Oh no, this is perfect. So it's warm like a little beanie, but it's got the little bit of extra sun protection, which you know I'm all about. I like that. I think that's cute. Okay, and then I bought one more thing, which was a sun hat because sun protection. Okay, this is the hat. It's come kind of crinkled up, but it's got a nice, lovely wide brim. It's got a bow on the back and it's got like a wire around the edge here so you can kind of push it back into shape. Whoa. There we go. So yeah, so it's got like the braiding detail, bow at the back, covers my neck. This was a much needed purchase. So those are all my little TEMU purchases. They were all for my head this time around. I am about to leave the house for the first time with a wig on. Feels a little bit strange. As we discussed, it's not the best quality wig, so that's probably making me feel like it's a bit more obvious, but also, who cares? I just can't stop playing with it. I'm going to meet my mum with my niece and nephew. Thus, I'm wearing this lovely little Care Bear shirt that my nephew bought back from America for me. He'll be excited to see that I'm wearing that. And I think we're going to go for a walk, maybe get some coffee, take the kids to the park, that kind of thing. So I thought it was the perfect time to test out the wig and just see how I feel wearing it out, how it sits. It already feels like a little bit tight on my head. So I'm interested to see how it goes like for a longer kind of wear and just how it feels, whether it kind of slips or moves or how sturdy it is, just testing it all out. So I also have my big wide brim hat to take with me. So it'll be interesting to see how that sits over the hair. And then I just bought like a little turban. So if it's not working for me, I will just pop a turban on. But yeah, hopefully it just kind of sits and stays and does what it's meant to do, and we'll see what it's like to be out and about in a wig. It's a bit of a weird sensation, but we'll see.
Yeah, I got a situation. You can tell me if I'm right.